we decided to focus on the reading, implementation, and evaluation of recovery-oriented practice interventions for people with mental illness in Asia by Kanvatvut 2023 due to its focus on culturally responsive recovery interventions and their relevance in establishing supportive environments. As pre-service teachers, we recognize the importance of understanding diverse approaches to mental health, particularly in educational contexts. This review explores various recovery-oriented mental health interventions, such as peer-led programs and culturally responsive strategies, examining their implementation and effectiveness throughout different cultural contexts. The insights gained from these strategies can inform how we, as future educators, approach the well-being and mental health of students, enabling us to create welcoming, compassionate, and encouraging learning environments. The reading discusses how cultural norms have a significant impact on how recovery-oriented interventions are adapted into Asia. For example, in Chinese culture, where humility and modesty are emphasized, the strengths model of recovery needed adjustments to better align with these values. Instead of emphasizing personal strengths directly, the intervention concentrated on self-exploration and facilitative questioning. In India, cultural issues like gender inequality and health literacy were also taken into account, while other interventions address mental health stigma by encouraging open sharing of personal experiences. In relation to teaching, understanding and incorporating cultural norms is essential for fostering an inclusive learning environment. Just as mental health interventions were adapted to respect cultural values, teachers can modify their teaching approaches to honor the cultural backgrounds of their students. For example, in cultures that value humility, teachers might focus on creating a safe space for self-reflection rather than putting students on the spot. Additionally, addressing cultural issues such as gender roles and stigma within the classroom may help create a more supportive and engaging environment for all students. Furthermore, the reading underscores the value of peer-led interventions in mental health recovery, in which people who have experienced mental illness firsthand serve as mentors or support workers. Peer-led initiatives were used in a variety of Asian contexts, including rehabilitation programs in Taiwan and community-based interventions in Japan and India. These peer-led interventions frequently focused on self-management techniques, emotional support, and cooperative decision-making, enabling participants to connect with and gain knowledge from others who have experienced similar things. The concept of peer-led learning can be very helpful when applied to a teaching context. Peer-led learning strategies can improve collaborative learning and foster a welcoming, inclusive environment in the classroom by having students act as mentors or tutors for their peers. Peer-led learning in education enables students to exchange knowledge, clarify concepts, and support one another's learning paths. Much like peer-led mental health interventions offer unique insights from lived experiences. Through this strategy, students are empowered to take charge of their education and a sense of community and belonging is promoted. The importance of family and community in the success of recovery-oriented interventions is stressed throughout the reading. As mental health issues are frequently seen within the larger framework of family and social structures, family involvement is essential to the healing process in many Asian cultures. To encourage families to actively participate in the therapeutic process, Israel, for example, changed its illness management and recovery program to better incorporate family participation. Peer-led services that integrated community support and family ties into the recovery model were also in line with family care traditions in China. These culturally appropriate adaptations highlight how crucial it is to provide those who suffer from mental illness with a solid support network. Family and community involvement are equally important in the classroom context. By involving families in the educational process, educators can foster stronger learning outcomes. Just as recovery-oriented interventions benefit from family support, students also flourish when their families are involved in the academic process. Working together with families and communities can help address difficulties students face, provide additional resources, and create a supportive learning environment. This approach also aligns with culturally responsive teaching, where educators recognize the value of the family and community in shaping a student's education and well-being.